Waz for Waz Media, back at y'all for another round. And yesterday, the New York Knicks debuted their new look team after acquiring OG Anunoby from the Toronto Raptors via a trade that sent RJ Barrett quickly and a second-round pick to Toronto. I felt instantly what you did see was the spacing on the floor, right? It didn't take long in the game before you saw OG Anunoby hit his signature corner three-point shot, and that's a shot that is on the scouting report for him. You better defend that. When you see OG Anunoby on one of them corners, you better defend him. You better put a body over there. You know, that's the one thing that instantly I saw the Knicks will be better now moving forward, is because before teams would sag off RJ Barrett. They'll say, you know what? Let him prove himself tonight. Because that was the and man, listen, if y'all been following my page for a while, y'all know I love RJ Barrett. Love the guy. And I wish him nothing but the best in Toronto. I'm rooting for Toronto, for him and quickly. But truth is, the biggest problem with RJ Barrett was that he was inconsistent. Inconsistency was the problem. And on the nights that RJ was on, he was on, and he was really good. But on the nights that he was off, he was pretty brutal. So here you have a guy in Barrett that teams will look at and say, is he going to be on tonight or off? You know what? Let's find out. And teams will let him shoot. If Barrett would knock down a first one, second one, then you start to see teams like, oh, okay, it's one of them nights. So they start to play him more. If he's off, they'll let him shoot the three. That's how Miami won against the Knicks last year. They saw Barrett, quickly, Quentin Grimes, these guys were bricking shots. So they were like, you know what? We'll let him go. Let him shoot. And they'll take their chances with that. But with a guy like OG Anunoby, with Anunoby, you have to put a defender on him. So now you can't clog that middle up, which frees up a lot of spacing for Jalen Brunson to penetrate, for Julius Randle to penetrate. So this frees up space on the floor for the New York Knicks. So on that part, and he's a dog. Anunoby is a dog. Defensively, he could guard 1 through 5, which is special. You know, you want that. That's a special type of piece that you want to acquire. So the Knicks look good yesterday, but I still feel, for one, we gave up a little too much. I think if you had to give up, if the Knicks felt they just have to make that move, they could have done RJ and a draft pick, which is that second round pick. That second round pick, I know it sounds like nothing, like second round, but let's understand one thing. That second round pick belongs to the Detroit Pistons, who are having a historically bad season. And if this continues, which there's no indication it won't, that Detroit Pistons pick is going to be the very first pick in the second round, which is basically a late first round pick, because those first 5, 6, 7 picks in the second round are all guys that could have easily went in the first round, but because maybe due to injury or maybe due to a fit, you know, maybe they already had somebody in a position that person plays, so they're like, oh, okay, a team skipped on them, but they easily could have gone in the first round. So they just missed the first round. So those early second round picks, those top 5 second round picks are basically first round picks. And that's what we gave Toronto. We gave them basically a first round pick. We gave them RJ and a first round pick, basically. That's good. That's a good deal for OG Anunoby. However, we threw in quickly, which now that is where the word fleece comes in, because you overdid it. You didn't have to give that much. Now we lose quickly. Yes, he wasn't going to sign, and that's the talking point that I'm hearing from a lot of Knicks fans and radio and TV, that quickly wasn't going to sign. So what? Let him go. No, so what? Let him go. We still have a season to play here, and the Knicks are still trying to make the playoffs. So we have a depleted bench this year because one of our key members, Hartenstein, he had to go to the starting lineup because Mitch is out for the year. So we lost our big man off the bench, and now to lose our point guard off the bench quickly, that's tough, man. Now you're gonna ask Jalen Brunson, who, let's be honest, Jalen Brunson, every time we watch him take a charge, we all holding our breath because he likes to take charge. He likes to go in the paint and take a charge for the team. Beautiful thing. We all clap and love it when it works, but we all hold our breath when he's getting up because he's not the biggest guy on the floor to be taking these charges from like small forwards and power forwards even. Like, so there's possibilities that, you know, things can happen. Or he just needs plain rest. Because we know Thibodeau is known for drilling players down to the floor for 40 or plus minutes. 30, 35 plus 40 minutes. So you have a guy like Quickly on the bench who's easily top 2, top 3 bench players in the league. And you give him up also. That's why this deal feels... It's all I can say is we did give up a little bit much, but we got a very good fit. We got somebody that we actually really needed in Anunoby. He's a 3-and-D guy, stretches the floor, creates space for Brunson and others. And RJ Barrett is back home quickly. Finally, he's going to get his chance to be a starting point guard in the league and show his worth. And he might even re-sign and get that bag he wanted from Toronto. So, and RJ, he might get that ability to freely play now. Yesterday, they debuted 19 points for RJ Barrett. You know, Quickly had, I think, 14. And Toronto got the win. The Knicks, OG Anunoby, 17 points in the win. So I think everybody came out a winner as far as all 3 of those players are concerned. They're all in better places for their career. And I'll just leave it with this. I'll leave it the way I left it before. The New York Knicks need to do more. The hourglass has officially been set. The Knicks are on the clock. That sand in the hourglass is dropping. It's dripping because we need a star. That's it. We need a star. No 2 ways around it. We need to get a star that's going to shine brighter than the sun in my face right now. We need a star because we don't have that. We don't have a closer. And in this league, in the NBA is the only league where the stars rule. You know, in baseball, it's team. Football, it's team. NBA, it's about the stars. So until we get one, this is a lateral move. This is just a move. The Anunoby move is just a move to get better fitting pieces around the big splash that we better make, and it better be Donovan Mitchell or somebody better, because if not, that hourglass is up, the bell rings, and heads gotta roll. If you're telling me that DeJounte Murray is the ta-da, all right, we did it, now go win a championship, because that Larry O'Brien is coming nowhere near 34th Street, Madison Square Garden. If that's the case, if Murray is your big splash. So I'm Waz for Waz Words Media. Peace.